Today, Venus, the planet of love, trust, relationships, and comfort, forms a very challenging angle to Uranus, the planet of change, upheaval, crisis, and destruction. And so as we all kind of take a big, deep breath and think about what our next best steps are, there is a clear, conscious realization that the path that we are on does not lead to love. It does not lead to trust. It does not lead to comfort. So what do we do now? Right now, Mercury is in the sign of Sagittarius, the archer, who encourages us to shoot for the stars, think big, and to imagine the biggest, brightest, most beautiful possibilities. And even if things feel dark and bleak right now, we do have an opportunity to approach with curiosity and potentially discover a whole new world or a new way of approaching whatever it is that we're dealing with. The sun is currently in Scorpio. And the theme, according to the Oracle of the Radiant Sun, the theme is endurance. And it's really funny because when I pulled out this card at the beginning of Scorpio season, I didn't quite grasp what it is we might have to endure. But on a personal and collective basis, Scorpio season is always about what it is that we have to endure. And when we think about themes of discomfort, say if we're choosing to be hungry because we're dieting, then that form of discomfort is tolerable, right? But if we're not choosing to be hungry, it's a matter of not having food, then that discomfort is intolerable. And so with the sun in Scorpio, which is a very deeply feeling water sign, we're experiencing big, deep emotions around themes of power, control, life, death, rebirth, and karmic cycles. Mars is currently in the beginning degrees of Leo. And when Mars, the planet of action, is in the zodiac sign associated with pride, there is a sense of egotism behind a lot of action right now. Some people are puffing up their chests, some people are very proud of themselves, but this leads to a lot of polarization because we do get a sense with this configuration that there is only a winning party. There isn't a sense of the good for all, right? For the good of all, excuse me. So right now the moon is still moving through the last degrees of Sirius Capricorn. And there is a focus on duty, responsibility, and the reality that we do have to get back to work, the reality that we have to get on with our lives. And even if we don't know what lies ahead, we have to deal with right now. We have to do our best today and hope we can figure it out tomorrow, right? So let's pull a card for the collective as we process this potentially challenging change. Sarcasm here. We're just going to have to work through it, right? We don't really have an option. And while we work through shadow work during Scorpio season, there is a message of having to figure out what to do with all of these big, deep feelings. So today's card is the Seven of Cups. The 7 is a number that invites us to think about divinity, honor, and respect. And cups are always associated with our emotions, but also our intuition. And in this card, we see somebody who looks like they have to make a choice. But each one of these cards represents a heart-centered goal that requires all of our attention, almost like we can only choose one. You see, we have a castle, we've got money, love, knowledge, power, magic, fame. But if we have to only choose one, we're also experiencing this deluge of big emotions because there's almost too many options but no options kind of thing. You ever have that sense when you turn on Netflix, for example, and there's just way too many options and you just turn it off? Being overwhelmed by big feelings feels like that. I want to do something about how I feel, but I have no idea what to do and I kind of don't want to do anything. Let's make a blanket for it, right? Right. So in the Seven of Cups, we are encouraged to bring divinity, honor, and respect into our heart space and see how we can approach things with curiosity, approach things with compassion, and see what you can do to dig up your highest priority in this moment. Is it to feel safe? Is it to make other people feel safe? Because if you find that emotional priority, that thing that helps you feel one with the universe, or at least feeling like you're doing something good for the benefit of others, when we can focus on that, then we can find action that helps us feel better. I hope that makes sense. Sending you guys all of my love. I'm Erin, I'm QueenBeeTarot. Come back every day for your daily tarot and astrology. We'll get through this, you guys. I'll see you tomorrow.